Bonjour, my name is Fabien Cousteau. I am an aquanaut, a storyteller, and a voice for the oceans. Well, I've been diving since my 4th birthday, believe it or not, which unfortunately means that I've been diving for over 40 years. This is a long time, at least in human years, but for the world and exploration and everything else, it's so little. And every time I go diving, there's something new to see or something new to do. Well, it's very important to document things that, especially things that we don't see very often, so that we can see the change that's happening, not only in the 4 decades, for example, that I've been diving in my life, but over the last generations, in the case of our family, for the last 3 generations, so that we can see if things are getting better, getting worse. And unfortunately, for the most part, at least as far as the natural world is concerned, especially the underwater world, things are changing, not necessarily for the better. And this mainly has to do with human impact, so things that we do here on land. One would never have thought that we could ever impact something as big, as huge as the ocean. But in fact, the oceans are very fragile, and we're treating it as not only an endless resource, but also a garbage can. But let's not forget that without education, we won't know anything about the oceans. And so those two things come hand in hand. And without those two things, the rest is unimportant. Because if the oceans die, we die. If education isn't available to all of us, then we can't address all the very important issues like women's rights, like famine or hunger, poverty. All these things, including the problems with our environment and our life support system, the ocean, is paramount to all of us, but without knowing about education, without having education, the power of education and knowledge, we can't address these problems the way we need to. And so these things, ocean and education, to me, I feel are of paramount importance. If my grandfather were alive, I think he would see a lot of hope here in El Salvador like I do. I would describe to him that there are amazing people that have a lot of energy and willingness to do things, to show them what's possible, and to remind everyone around the world how beautiful this place is. The beaches, the forests, and of course the communities. And with that, I think we need to all band together as communities to make a change for the better, for ourselves, for, of course, our economy, and for the future of the generations to come.